how do you really feel when you're continuing to watch prophetic words and you're not seeing it come to pass in your life? And these prophets are continuing to say the same thing again and again. And you're just like, okay, but like, God, what's going on? And I think that's the biggest problem with the prophetic community, the kingdom spouse prophetic community, is that they're saying these words, but they're not giving you anything to help you move forward, right? And I do think that obviously God is in the full control, final control of what happens in your kingdom spouse journey and about you moving forward. He has the final say on that. But I do think that you have some sort of control over that. You have a choice if you want to move forward. And I think that's something that's missing. The kingdom spouse prophetic word community is that they're not showing you, okay, but like, how do you heal and how do you step into your purpose and how do you actually get closer to union, right? Because what you want is to come into union with your kingdom spouse. What you want is to get closer to God. What you want is to get into your purpose, to do everything you need to do to become the woman of God that you have to, right? So that's what's missing in the kingdom spouse community, is that everybody's just saying this, your kingdom spouse is going to be here and he's going to reach out to you and he's going to do this and he's going to do that, and you're coming into union and everybody's claiming it, saying yeah, but at the end of the day, a small percentage of people are able to maybe receive that promise, but another percentage of people are still not seeing the promise come to pass, and they're wondering what's going on. God, why am I not seeing this promise come to pass? And something I've realized about God is that he does answer prayers. He does. And sometimes he's waiting for us to take that first step. He's waiting for us to move, And these prophets are not telling you where in your journey are you stuck, what's going on that you're not moving forward, what's missing, what do you need to work on within yourself, because at the end of the day, faith without works is dead. Okay? So God was speaking to me about this, and God had me create some things for the kingdom spouse community. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I was really, really upset with the whole fact that, like, every time I would see a prophetic word and then, people are claiming it, but then nobody's coming into union, right? Nobody is moving forward in their journey. And they're just claiming. And at the end of the day, that weighs on you, that really weighs on you. And it leaves you feeling hopeless. It leaves you feeling maybe resentful towards God. And it leaves you feeling kind of just like, okay, what's wrong with me? Blaming yourself with that shame and that feeling guilty too. And so God had me create something for this community. And he really wanted me to bring something that was going to change the whole outcome of everything, that was going to help you move forward instead of staying stuck. So yeah, a prophetic word is good because it does tell you what's possible for you. It does tell you what God has for you. But, I'm here to fill the gap in that those prophetic words are missing. And with my course, Healing Relationships and Preparing for Your Kingdom Spouse, in this course, this is a complete transformation process from the beginning of your healing process to the ending of getting into union with your kingdom spouse, being in a marriage and learning how to carry that marriage. So the beginning, it's this course, what's included in this course is learning how to understand what's going on in your situation, understanding the process, understanding what's going on and why this person has done what they've done to you and why you feel what you feel. That's the beginning, where I'm teaching you how to heal, how to break things off of your life, right? And then the next step is learning about the waiting process, why you're in the waiting season, what you should be doing in the waiting season, all of that. The final part of the course, it talks about relationships, building that kingdom relationship, kingdom marriage, which is what we want, right? You want a kingdom spouse, the one that God has for you, in order for kingdom purpose. So this last part of this course talks about that. Everything that has to do with carrying a godly relationship, godly marriage, the transition from being single to being married. And I don't want you to stay stuck relying on prophetic words. I know how frustrating it could be, first of all, to be waiting on a kingdom spouse. Second of all, to not understand what's going on, to feel, rejected, to feel guilty, to feel shameful, to feel all these negative emotions and not understand why or what's going on or how to fix this. So that's why I bring this course to you, because I want to be able to be that bridge, right? To merge where the prophetic word and your prayer meet. Okay. And I know how hard it is to be ghosted. I know how hard it is to be treated like horribly. And God's telling you this is your person. And then on top of all of that, you're praying for them and you're doing everything you know to do, right? And it's just not coming to pass. And, God was speaking to me and he was telling me that the reason why a lot of you are not in union yet is because some of you still need healing. Some of you are still affected by the whole ghosting situation, or the whole, the way that this person has treated you. And even though you may think sometimes that you're healed, and then those feelings may resurface, the feelings of anger, the feelings of frustration, the feelings of even guilt, and the Lord was telling me that these are things that you need to release in order for you to come into union with your person. The kingdom spouse journey is a journey to yourself. It's a journey to God. And in order for you to come into union with your kingdom spouse, there's a whole blueprint. There's a whole step by step that needs to be done. And through this process, you eventually reach the point where you are that person. You become that person, the woman of God that is ready to receive the promise that He has for you. I'm going to be talking a little bit about that because I want to let you know that if you haven't came into union yet, and you're just praying and you don't know, sometimes we pray for things and we don't understand why they're not coming to us, but we're not taking that action forward that God needs us to take. And you're waiting for God to answer your prayer, but He's kind of waiting for you to take that step. And healing is the first part, and then the second part is getting into your purpose. And when I realized this, because I speak a lot about the kingdom spouse journey, especially on my TikTok. I spoke a lot about dreams that the Lord gave me, and I spoke a lot about even prophetic words, and I did see a lot of people that were coming into union, but there were also a lot of people that were not. And there was a lot of comments of people that were also very frustrated because they continue to listen to prophetic words, and they continue to listen to prophetic words, and it's just not happening, and they're just like, what's going on? And so the Lord was telling me, he had me create a few products that were going to be in order to push you forward in this journey, and I did post some dreams on my TikTok account, so if you feel led to go watch that. And that reveals the process of your kingdom spouse journey, and it reveals at one point that He's going to come into contact with you. So if throughout this process you're still not in your purpose, you're still not healed, it's not going to happen, And I hate to say that, but God sent me to break you guys free. God sent me here to create what it is that's going to help you guys move forward, and to not just speak on prophetic words, but to actually be that change that you need, to actually give you exactly the tools, the resources, the things that you guys need in order to take those steps forward in healing. Because sometimes healing can look very different for people. And I think that through my own experience, because I've healed from heartbreak multiple times, and not just healing from heartbreak, but even healing from other things in life, it's kind of the same blueprint. And I've used this on myself, I've used this on others, and it works. It works. So I created a course that is called Healing Relationships and Preparing for Your Kingdom Spouse. And in this course, it's specifically designed to help you move forward in your healing process step by step, to move forward in your waiting season step by step, to move forward in your purpose, and to move forward even when you come into union, or when you're about to come into union with your person, when you're in marriage, all of those things. This course is like a full on transformation process that has every step, and it really has information, because I think also one of the first parts of healing is understanding what you're going through and learning how to get through those things, understanding yourself and understanding the process. And another thing that I want you to know is that there's a lot of confusion regarding why a person would ghost you, or regarding why a person would treat you a certain way. And I have some of those answers in my course. So if that sounds like something that interests you, go ahead and click the link in my description box right now. That course is for people, whether you're in the beginning of your healing stages or towards the end, somebody that's even in their purpose. This course is very much open to a big range of people, because God specifically told me to include a lot of information so that I wouldn't have to be creating multiple products, multiple courses on the same kind of topic. He kind of just wanted me to do this. There's a lot of information in there, and there's 5 modules, 29 or 30 lessons. There's plenty of lessons. There's resources, guides, and video lessons. Okay. I do have other things available for you as well. And if you feel like you're somebody that's already healed, that you feel like you got through that part already, but you're still wondering, where's my kingdom spouse? I feel healed, I've detached from him, all these things, and you're somebody that is wondering, but how do I get into my purpose? What's my purpose? And how do I find my gifts and all these things? I created a workbook that's going to help you do just that. So in my Becoming Her Purpose Journal, this is a journal that I created specifically for somebody that is looking for their purpose, somebody that wants to know, what are my gifts and what was I put here to do, and how can I use what God has given me to become that woman that he wants me to become, to fulfill the promise, to do everything that he wants me to do in this life. So in this book, this is what it looks like, Becoming Her Purpose Journal. And this is what it looks like on the inside. There's a lot, it's a workbook. So there's a lot of reflection pages. There's even many lessons for you to learn about the topics that we are discussing in this journal. And so pretty much the table of contents, I'm going to read it to you. It's fasting, then it's the introduction to the book, and these are the chapters. So chapter 1 is discovering your purpose. Chapter 2 is understanding your spiritual gifts and talents. Chapter 3 is using your life experiences to discover your purpose. So just going deeper into it, helping you to analyze through your own life, how can we do this? And chapter 4 is stepping into your purpose with confidence. Chapter 5 is becoming a kingdom woman. Chapter 6 is the power of faith in your purpose. Chapter 7 is believing in yourself as God believes in you. And this is actually a phrase that I created. It's God believes in you. And it's because when I was stepping into my purpose, there was times when I didn't feel qualified. I didn't feel like good enough. Or maybe at one point in my journey, I wasn't fully, like following all the rules and all these, how it is, like following all the rules. And I just didn't feel adequate or perfect to be able to be in this position to lead the community of Christ, And God told me that, like, God believes in you. God believes in you. You don't have to be perfect to start. You don't have to be perfect to get this done, because he doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. So in that moment when God gave me the confidence that I needed to continue to move forward in my purpose, that's when I kind of like created that phrase, and he told me to use it for this book. So God believes in you, okay? And the next one is chapter 8 is the parable of the talents. And in there, like, I go really in depth about, if you've read that book in the Bible, the parable of the talents, you know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to leave it for you to learn it in this journal. The next one is walking out your kingdom calling. And the last one is from purpose to vision. And this one is when you take the purpose that the Lord has revealed to you, and now you create a plan on how you're going to get there. And so this book is a complete transformation. This is a step-by-step from the beginning to the end. You're going to finish this workbook knowing exactly what you need to do, how you need to do it, step by step. You're going to be already ready to start, okay? So yeah, it's called Becoming Her. I'm going to link it down here in the description. And like I was saying before, if you're interested in the course, you can go ahead and click the description to check it out as well. I do offer one-on-one coaching, but right now spots are very limited. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check it out as well. But like I said, spots are limited, so make sure you do that as soon as possible. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one.